Welcome, everyone. My name is Ravans Augustine, and my co-host, Tico Casamayor, who could not be here today. We're happy to welcome... Did I hold his head upside down, didn't I, right?
Yeah.
He probably would have preferred that, actually. Welcome to the Strive Through 5 podcast. We're here to talk about the world of small business in Miami-Dade County, and we have a special guest today. But before I introduce her, actually, we just want to do a quick set of reminders. We're here because of the Beacon Council, the Beacon Council Foundation, technically. Miami-Dade County Mayor, who's been a great supporter and actually launched the Strive 3-5 program. Wells Fargo, can't forget the people who pay for the money because they're the ones who help support to fund it. And also Manny Sid, who also was spearheading and helped move the Strive 3-5 program to where it is today, and we couldn't have done it without him. And last, as I said, Tico Casamayor, who couldn't be here today, but... Is he out golfing? What did he do? In any case, we're going to find out. But Tico, you are missed, and we'll see you soon. And for our special guest today, I'm going to try to say your name correctly, Claudia Uribe. Uribe.
Perfect.
It's good to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise.
And I hear you with the fair.
So a little bit of an intro. I am the Senior Director for Community Engagement for the Miami-Dade County Fair and Expo. As we all know, the fair. I know it's a long name, but everyone that has grown up in Miami-Dade County knows it as the fair.
I don't think you're a real Miamian if you haven't gone to the youth fair at least once in your life. I think it's like a requirement.
100%. That is correct.
That was like, I've only been here for, well, not only, I've been here for 30 plus years. But like one of the first things I did when we first moved down here was go to the youth fair. But that's how long it's been around. How did you even end up there?
Well, to answer your question, the fair next year will be in its existence for 75 years.
Wow.
Yes. Not at the current location, that the whole topic for another probably episode, but that's how long they've been around. I've been with the fair already a couple of years, 4 years. My boss, Eddie Cora, recruited me, because I'm a community person. I'm very involved in so many different boards, chambers, philanthropic. So I guess he thought, I was a good fit for the team.
And community engagement for that entire type of, that industry, because also I call it industry because it actually is a business. I don't think that when we first introduced you, I didn't think of the fair as business. I always just thought it was a place I went to have fun and eat too much. But how do you run something like the fair? Okay,
so there's a lot of misconception, as you just said. Everyone thinks that the fair is only the 21 days for, having fun and, obviously going to rides and eating. But in reality, the fair is much more than that. Since you mentioned, obviously the sponsors, the fair is an emergency management site. So we are a shelter location. If there's an event of a storm, we're a holding place in case the rest of, not just the state of Florida, but, the kind of like the surrounding states. So if there's a deploy for FPNL or any type of emergency services, we are that facility. We are the facility where our police officers and motorcycle train on site. So we have the expo side, which provides so many different events year round. So technically, there's something going on at the fair at all times, So it's not just the 21 days. Obviously, that's, the part that everyone identifies us with. But we have a lot. We do a lot.
Yeah, and I hadn't even thought about the emergencies. That's all I'm thinking about is logistics and shifting gears. So like you're playing and doing all these things and everything is happening, but then if a hurricane or whatever happens or something else happens, that's another whole set of logistics that you guys also support.
That is correct. And we are one of the only, or one of few shelters that is pet friendly, which is something that, and that a lot of people don't know. And in addition to that, we also, we are the shelter for Monroe County because we're kind of,
so everybody from the Keys and everybody comes, and that's you're the main location that they come to.
The main location, correct.
Wow.
So, yes.
How big is the team for the fair, like to be able to make all this happen?
Well, believe it or not, our immediate full-time team, we count on about 20, no more than 25 employees.
Like for a core operations?
Core operation. However, we have, like during the fair, we hire over 400 plus, seasonal employees. For the different events, for the expo side, we also hired, for the different events because we have an operations team, but, there's a lot of kind of behind the scenes that go on, when they're putting an event, taking down an event. We have the home show, the gun show,
and all those things happen there. I just, again, you're mentioning, I've heard of all these things, but I just never thought like they all happen in the same place, and you guys handle it. That is correct.
So we have a very large facility with many, I want to say, and please don't quote me, but over 50,000 square feet of land. So we, like I said,
for the physical buildings that you guys have.
So we have several buildings, and then we have a lot of land, which is why, our officers are able to train, and it doesn't interfere with anything else that's going on. So, so you can be on one side having an event, and they could be, doing their daily training.
Daily training for the police and everything else.
Absolutely.
Wow. And from your aspect, what does community engagement for the fair look like? Like, what is, as part of your job?
Yes. So I am the person that's out, representing the fair in, different chambers and different organizations. I sit on many boards. We support a lot of different organizations, philanthropic-wise. Mm-hmm. For many years we've done that. Ironically, this is the first year we are doing a fundraising event, and we're the ones asking. But
first year that you guys have never done fundraising before?
Correct. That is correct. So we support, many organizations, throughout the county for different. Our main mission is agriculture. That's the reason we have a fair.
Really?
Yes.
That's true, because you guys have the whole pet fair. You have all the animals and other things.
Correct. But by Florida statute, every fair in not just in Miami-Dade County, but throughout the whole state of Florida, they have a fair because they're tied into promoting agriculture. A lot of people don't think that because obviously we're very, we're not in the middle of a farm.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, we promote awareness. There's a lot of students in the county who have an interest in becoming veterinarians, or kind of getting into that whole agricultural field, and that's how. That's one of the main pillars of the fair, to be able to promote, the animals, horticulture, everything that is, farm to table.
I just forget that many times because I've gone, but the fair is so huge and so massive, and you kind of focus on getting a rise. I forget that there's on the south side where they have the buildings and they have all the agricultural, the farm and the.
Correct. And we have a whole section, like a whole green section that a lot of people don't know, but we're going to be starting programs with students to come and with a master planner to learn how to, plant, a garden, create their own vegetables and, stuff like that. In terms of the farm side or the animal side, we support a lot of students who that's their passion, and we basically give them the what they need, or not just the funding, but what they need to raise, the animals that are presented during the fair time. I mean, they're, you have
like
students,
resources and space to be able to
the
raise the
money
animals.
to feed the steers, to
Yeah.
raise them, to.
Do you house the steers and animals there too as well?
So they come and they display them during the fair time.
Right.
But the student who basically are spending their year raising these, animals
Yeah.
in their, I guess, in their home or their, so we help them with that seed money to be able to, raise the animal and then come and present them at the fair. And obviously, there's an opportunity for buyers to buy the
Yeah.
animals. And then the student, obviously, not only do they get the experience of raising the steer the whole time, but also making money by selling it to,
So almost like small business startups, but
Yes.
in
yes,
agriculture.
Yes,
Is
absolutely.
that the way you guys look at that program in that way, almost like small business startups?
You know what? That's an interesting point. We've always looked at it more of helping the student, obviously giving the student the tools, because that's what their interest is. And obviously we want to continue to promote agriculture. We don't want it to go away. It's something that we all need it. I mean, like I said, we need our vegetables, like we need our meats and we need our chickens. And, even if you're a vegetarian, we still need, it's like the circle of life,
100%.
And we need students to be enthusiastic about, we need veterinarians, and we need, somebody's got to take care of, the farms out there, even in Homestead.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Not every student ends up going to college, and these are different traits that they learn that, will potentially help them make a living.
I didn't realize you guys did that much. I knew you guys did a lot for students and work with students. Do you guys work with small businesses at all?
We don't. It's something that, like I said, we worked on a strategic plan, believe it or not, this whole last year. And in that strategic plan, we have so many plans that we're, obviously looking at everything that we do with a more a strategy and a timetable to be able to implement. And like I said, first time doing the fundraising. Obviously, we want to expand on the emergency management part. We want to expand on the agriculture part. We want to be able to have, we do a lot with 4-H. We want to be able to help them go back to the schools and promote all that. So obviously the opportunity of, small businesses is something that, believe it or not, it's built in our strategic plan.
Yeah, it feels like it's already built into everything that you guys are doing in the work.
We have been doing so many things for a very long time, and really never sat down to kind of put it into like a plan.
Yeah.
And that plan now has us kind of very focused, on the different priorities, which is great. Now we have a roadmap. I guess not that we weren't doing things right before, but I think we were, we were doing great things. But now I think with that roadmap, we're going to do even better things for the community.
Yeah. You guys are a foundational institution, I think, here in Miami-Dade County, but it's interesting to hear how you're shifting gears and moving forward. I totally think that what you guys are doing have small business and business mindset baked into everything, especially with the students and helping them evolve and take those steps towards their future careers. How do you, like, being 75 years and established as you are, how do you stay relevant? How do you compete with so much noise and everything else that's going on around here and literally everywhere?
Well, one of the things that we have been doing for many years, and probably a lot of the community is not aware, even though I'm very present in the community. As I mentioned, we participate in pretty much every chamber from the south to the north. So we try to cover as much, from Hialeah
I'm sure
to
Tico
South
would want me
Bay.
to ask you, have you been to Miami Lakes?
Absolutely,
Be in that chamber.
absolutely. We're a member of Miami Lakes Chamber. We support it. Like that's what I'm saying. From the north, so we maintain ourselves very relevant, present. And another thing that is key to us is obviously education. So the fair, again, going back to the fair, the biggest focus is for many years student projects. So all of last week, students were submitting their projects. So when you enter the fair, I mean, one of the things that if you're going to the fair this year, it's important that you go see the student projects. We have so many amazing entries that when you start looking at third graders or fifth graders creating these projects, art projects, writing projects, STEM, I mean,
They put a lot of work into it.
They really do,
Yeah.
and it is amazing. You look at some of these projects and you wonder, wow, a third grader did this or a fifth grader. So we work with the schools, obviously. So obviously that's one of the ways that we keep relevant is because we're promoting that. We promote, obviously, for many years, we have awarded many scholarships to students in Miami-Dade County, as well, not just public, but also private and charter. We'd like to continue to expand on that because it's a great need. So I think the collaborations that we have with our partners, our schools, is what keeps us relevant.
Right.
So that's,
Yeah.
that's what
because it works, and because again, for me, like I've been in Miami for many decades, but always the same time of the year. I know what time of year it is when I see the billboard go up and youth fair is there, and my kids want to go. I remember going for the first time, back in the 1900s, and it's just amazing just to kind of see like how you've stayed so consistent for so long, and what is it? What are some things that you feel that people don't know about the fair that you wish they knew?
Believe it or not, the 21 days or the funding that those tickets that people are buying to go to the fair, that money is put back into scholarships.
That's been your main fundraiser.
That is our main fundraiser. That is correct. That is our main fundraiser. That's what pays for scholarships. That's what pays for all the student exhibits, their participation. That's what pays the students that I mentioned in agriculture, giving them the money to be able to raise, the animals. So we put money back every year into the community. In addition to that, as I mentioned, we support a lot of local organizations as well, even though we ourselves are a nonprofit, but we believe that, that we are there for a purpose. We, aside from promoting, like I said, agriculture and education, we want to help other organizations also, elevate them.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of that all year round. So when you say what keeps us relevant is the fact that, we are out there, we're supporting the chambers. We believe that's important because, again, helping the community in the business side, helping employ, so many people, even seasonal.
Yeah, I didn't realize you hired so many people.
We do.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have their regular full-time job, and then they come, during the fair at night, from answering the phone to being customer service to the check-in, helping with parking, helping with, like I said, there's so many different roles that go into that, that 21 days. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And I mean, just to add to that, one of the things that keeps you, it's not just the issue of relevant, but I think is much more important is that everything else right now seems to be so digital. The fair is one of those things you have to experience for yourself. You have to go. You have to have an elephant ear. You have to ride the rides. You got to have a slushie. You got to eat the pretzel. But it's something you have to do in person. And I think it's also one of those great spaces and places where you connect as people,
Yes.
and family and friends. And there's not as many places that have been able to do that so consistently. For 75 plus years, to be that space, and I think it's important, and I think there's not as many. There's been a lot of things like the malls are gone, right? Well, they're not gone, but they're not what they used to be in terms of that's where you used to go hang out and meet your friends and do things, and. The fair is one of those places that it doesn't matter what age group you are. You want to go. Even when you get older, you do different things. I don't ride the roller coaster as much because my back doesn't like it. But the thing is that you still go, and it's a great experience. And so, and that's why, for me, I think makes it even more important and relevant, depending on how things evolve and where they go, and so many other bigger distractions in the world or challenges or problems. Like, it's a place that also has a great happy space, like especially for me as a resident of Miami. What excites you about the fair? Like, because if you're here for 4 years and you go every year, like, what excites you?
So you pointed out something very important. It is family is. And you have now generations after generations. So now you have, perhaps like the grandparents bringing, their grandchildren. So because they, once upon a time, were the ones coming to the fair. Yep. So family is key, and it's something that now you see, different generations coming together, So the grandparents, also join in.
Yeah.
So that's something that is that if you want to say what excites me is when you see, the families having a good time, coming in, you see, grandpa, grandfather, mom, dad, the other kids, enjoying a beautiful day. Basically, they might not be riding, or maybe they are.
Maybe they are.
And maybe they are, But it's an activity that it doesn't matter.
It's for the whole family, and there's so many different things for everybody.
For everybody. So it doesn't matter the age.
I've gone just to people watch.
Yes. Yes.
Just to hang out, because you never know what you're going to see. But I agree with you. It is literally for everybody.
So what excites me? I mean, obviously you will see me there the whole 21 days. We're all very hands-on, team on. I love also, the different, we have our favorite kind of foods, that
I was going to ask you, what's your favorite food? I already mentioned mine. Mine is the elephant ear and the pretzels. What's your favorite food that you go straight to? As soon as you buy, well, you don't buy it, but as soon as you go in, what's the first thing you go to?
Well, I couldn't say the name, but there is a man that literally, I got a kudos to him. He has a stand that does like the churrasco, the meat.
Yeah.
And I mean, the lines, they're long. He takes his time, but I'm telling you, it is like the best meat I've ever, and it's him and a helper. And it's done fresh on the grill right then and there, and it's incredible. So he's my go-to place. I wish I would remember his name or where. I mean, I could tell you.
You know where he's going to be.
Where he's going to be. Obviously, for us, the last day of the fair, when we're exhausted, it's been 21 days. The whole entire team goes out, and obviously, that's like a day that we forget about calories and
Oh, you just go to the fair as a team, as a group, and you actually enjoy the space.
So we literally, when we're closing up, and that's it, everyone's out. The entire team, we do ride that kind of that roller coaster ride. Whether you want to or not, with your eyes closed, but everybody
has
does it.
to ride.
And we go around and we eat all the junk food that you can think of. I think
it's a requirement.
It's a requirement.
I don't think anybody's ever gone. Hey, Anthony. Anthony's our favorite producer. Have you ever gone to the youth fair and not eat junk food?
That's all I go for.
That's easy. It's the only reason you go. Hey, that's funny.
It's true. I mean, people, literally, there's some people that will only go for the food. They don't care about the rice, but they wanna go and they wanna try.
Well, you can't find it. Where are you going to find that? At Publix? No, you're never going to find those stuffs anywhere.
Absolutely not.
And if it was at Publix, would you really trust it? If it wasn't some carny guy who made it, I wouldn't. I want to go to the fair. I want to eat it.
And that's another thing. A lot of our vendors have been repeated vendors for so many years that they themselves have become part of the family.
Yeah.
Everyone knows them. They come year after year. It's like they pass on the generation. So maybe, I don't know, mom, dad, whatever retired, but then the son takes over. So it's something that it's generation after generation. So yes, you can't find elephant ears anywhere else.
No.
The apple.
The deep fried things.
The deep fried.
The deep fried everything. The deep fried Oreos. Like you can't find that.
You cannot find that anywhere else.
And again, I wouldn't trust it if it was at Publix or Milam's or Trader Joe's. Like no.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
And of course, I went and I mentioned the meat, but it's like,
that's your thing.
Don't get me wrong. I will go around and eat some junk food on myself. But that man, I gotta say, kudos to him and the line, because you would think since he is in such high demand, he would bring like more people to work, but he takes his time. He does it right there on the grill, like fresh. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's just incredible.
I think Tika would have to agree with you. And I'm going to guess his favorite. He probably would go for anything that has coffee in it, because he has this issue with just drinking this. Whenever he's here, he drinks a straight colada, like all by himself. He doesn't share.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming whenever he goes to the fair, that's what he would go for. Do you have anything else for me? No. That was the elephant ears and the pretzels. That's what I go for. And so you mentioned this the fundraiser that you guys are doing. The fair is your main fundraiser, but like now you're doing a separate one?
Correct. Okay, so a little bit about this this particular event. It's called Frost and Flavor.
Frost and Flavor.
And Flavor. So it's a food and wine event. It's obviously an adult event.
Adults only.
Adults only. So it's going to be held March 11, which is the day before the fair opens up.
That's cool.
So we're building the theme. So the fair has a lot of different entertainments. We didn't even get into. We talked about the food, but entertainment is also very big at the fair. So we were very fortunate because we're doing the event where the ice skating ring is located.
Okay.
So we're doing a beautiful ice skating show as part of our event. So it's not just food and great wine pairing. But we're going to have, the ice skating show. We have a DJ. We have we have so many participants from different restaurants, dessert. Like, talk about desserts. We have like a whole lineup of different desserts
From different restaurants.
from different restaurants, and as well as the fair. So
Yeah.
we have collaborated with like the favorites, the people's favorites.
Yeah.
So the difference with this fundraiser versus the big fundraiser is obviously, as I mentioned, we want to continue to increase on the scholarship basis. So we've already identified, or the schools have identified 100 students. So those 100 students will be receiving scholarships. Our ceremony for that is the following Wednesday during fair time in the evening. So it's like a main stage. So the goal here is that all proceeds are going to go to these scholarships and increase on the scholarship space.
Wow.
So we want to continue to do that. Obviously, the fair, obviously the fair, like any other, like you said, business has, operation costs, and but we always set aside money for these scholarships. With this event, everything that we bring in is going to go 100% to increase those scholarships.
That's amazing. And for we get rebroadcast on Sirius XM nationally, and for those who can't see the flyer, when and where is this event happening?
Okay, so the event is March 11. It's 6:30 to 10:30. It is being held in one of our buildings in the fairgrounds. If they want more information, they can go to our website, which is fairexpo.com. If you go to events, you'll see the Frost and Flavor event. You can purchase tickets. If you cannot attend, you can also do a simple donation. Every penny counts, because, like I said, 100% of the proceeds will go to the scholarships. We've been very fortunate so far. Most of this event has been in kind from our, one of our big marketing companies that does events, marketing.
Yeah.
A lot of people know them in the community because they put amazing events. If we had to pay for that, it would be astronomical. They're in-kinding their services. Like I said, we got a wonderful liquor sponsor who's donating all the wine. So we're trying to keep our costs very minimal. So everything.
All the dollars can go towards the
all
scholarships.
the dollars can go to these scholarships.
That's amazing. And is this going to be a one-time thing, or are you going to do this every year?
No, I mean, our goal is to do it every year and grow it, and so obviously the first year is always the trial and error.
Just trial.
And
So this is a year we should go try it out, and everyone should go and check it out and share their opinion and help support is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Well, but aside from that, it's going to be a fun event because we're going to have, it's a cocktail chic attire, so you don't have to dress
so
up.
I got to dress up to.
So you don't need to dress up in no tuxedo. So
But I can't wear the shorts that I wear to the fair.
no. But you want to look nice.
You-
But in addition to that, you're going to have fun. You're going to have an amazing show. You're going to have an amazing DJ, great food, great wine, great desserts.
How much does it cost to go?
So it's the tickets are $250. We're putting out a discount, which if you enter flavor, you get a discount.
Okay.
And-
Enter the word flavor on the fairexpo.com
actual-
website.
Yes. And if you enter flavor, you will get a discount on it. And again, if you just want to do a donation, a small, and nothing is too small because, again, there's a donation link in the same website. If you really want to see where these dollars are going to go, come the following Wednesday at 6
Come
o'clock.
back to the fair and
Come to
see the
fair
students.
and see the students and their families being presented with these scholarships.
Two last questions for you. One, you said you're working with different restaurants and business and other things. So for next year, if a business is interested in participating, supporting, or collaborating with you, is there a way that they can connect with you?
Absolutely. They can email me.
They can email you.
Yes, absolutely. It's Curibe, Curibe at fairexpo.com. Super easy.
Curibe at fairexpo.com.
Fairexpo.com. And if you forget it, you can always go on our website. Our team, my information is on the website as well. It's on the invitation. So if anyone, any businesses, anyone wants to participate, we welcome it. And like I said, I welcome them to come, and see 100 students being presented with scholarships and their families present. That in itself is priceless.
And my last question is going to be for any of the students who are listening who may be interested in applying for the scholarship. I didn't know you guys offered scholarships, so where do they go apply? How do they find out about it?
So we pretty much we sent out all the information early on, in kind of like in the summer.
Is it through the schools?
Through all the schools.
Okay.
And we do that, and we even have meetings with the counselors from the schools to basically educate them on the process. Like the more the merrier. Like I said, our goal is to continue to increase, not just 100, but hopefully next year, we're giving 150 and so forth. But yes, all the schools receive the information. They put it out there. So if there's a student who's interested, for next year, ask their counselor, their peer counselors for that information, and they will make sure that they have what they need to apply for that. Again, that scholarship is educational based, meaning they can use it to take a class in the summer, purchase books. If they're applying for college, use it maybe for college applications.
Application fees.
So, so it helps the family in some capacity.
100%, yeah.
I met through the years adults who were very successful, who were once recipients of this scholarship. So if you ask me, another reason why this is so dear to my heart is when you hear, people out in the community say, "Oh, I was in fact, someone here from community newspaper
You were here?
is a recipient of one of our scholarships."
That's amazing.
And you know what? That's what it's all about. That we're giving back, and that we continue to do so.
That's amazing. Thanks so much for sharing that with us.
No, thank you.
I think that's about it, Anthony. I would say thanks for joining us today, folks. This has been the Strive 305 Community News Podcast. Actually, I even say that right. This is usually Tico's job. Thanks for listening and joining us. And shout out to the community news folks and our favorite producer, Anthony. And thank you so much for coming on the show today, Claudia.
No, thank you for allowing me to share, a lot of information today. And I hope that not only you come to the event on the 11th, but remember, we're going to be there for 21 days at the fair. And like I mentioned, the following Wednesday after the 11th, I have to look at a calendar, but that is when we're going to be having our scholarship ceremony on center stage. So if you don't make it to the event, come and see what we are all about and see the smiles on all these students that are being awarded these scholarships.